Now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Jan Ryherd.
Right now over Coralville, you can see roads looking pretty wet. Now, there are some slick spots. Main roads like this, probably not getting a whole lot of those, but any of those untreated surfaces and especially those elevated surfaces are slickening up quickly. We'll touch base with meteorologist Hannah Messier, who's out keeping an eye on those road conditions in just a few minutes. Right now, looking at your first alert, ice is highlighted in red. High impacts from freezing rain here through the afternoon and into the evening. Travel will become dangerous quickly for areas that are getting that freezing precipitation, even still overnight. Looking at that being a concern. Heavy snow in the far north. We're talking probably the northernmost tier of counties for the heaviest of that snow, becoming lighter as you head south towards Highway 20, but that does also continue throughout the afternoon into the evening. Wind also highlighted here. We could see some power outages and even tree damage as that ice starts to really pile onto those surfaces. Factor in the 40-mile-per-hour gusts. That's where those will become more of a concern. Right now, live pinpoint Doppler radar, every color of the rainbow on here at this time. Sleet and starting to change over to freezing rain in the Dubuque area. Cedar Rapids with that freezing rain as well, and also down towards the Iowa City area. Even if you're seeing purple or that pink color wherever you are, that radar algorithm not perfect. It all depends on exactly the temperature that's being seen at the surface. So do know any of those areas probably will be dealing with that wintry mix here throughout the rest of the day. Rain to the south. Here's how things look for Douglas coming in from northwest Cedar Rapids. He said all those untreated surfaces icing over pretty quickly. Amy in Fairfax sending in that picture of her deck. Remember, you can send in your pictures on the KCRG First Alert weather app or at kcrg.com/unews. Ice storm warnings in effect for all areas along Highway 30 and Highway 20. That includes Waterloo, Dubuque, and Cedar Rapids, also up towards Fayette, Prairie du Chien, including Clayton County and Fayette County there. That winter storm warning in effect farther north where snow will be a concern today. Let's time everything out for you here. Really, main story is that everything continues throughout the afternoon into the evening as well. Freezing rain, sleet for the centralmost portions of the area down towards I-80 with heavy snow north of Highway 20. Snow even still kind of lingering into the evening hours with a little bit of light freezing drizzle also overnight tonight. Some light snow still around with us early on tomorrow morning as well. Ice accumulation still heaviest as you head off towards the Dubuque area, but that main corridor of heavy icing has not changed in the last 3 days. Forecast has stayed pretty straightforward there. Heavy snow also not really changing, with the heaviest of the snow again in our northernmost counties, Winneshiek, Almaquis County, for those areas that are seeing heaviest of the snow. Temperatures right around the freezing point today. That's what's making this system so tricky. Winds picking up 20-30-mile-per-hour gusts, even up to 40 at times. Tomorrow also seeing those strong wind gusts. We mentioned those power outages, that tree damage earlier. Still a concern for us tomorrow, even as the precipitation is done, with those power lines likely still being iced over at that time. 9-day forecast for us keeps us in the low 30s again tomorrow. Again, light snow possible still through the morning hours. Another round of snow possible for us as we head through Friday evening. Pretty chilly there, but then we will be much more mild as we head toward the weekend. Now for the latest on the road conditions across eastern Iowa, here's meteorologist Hannah Messier.
Hello, Jan. Yeah, we are still seeing seasonal road conditions over much of eastern Iowa, but I want to mention again, any places that are untreated or are elevated is something you're going to watch. We're starting to see icicles form on street signs, like street signs just outside our station. A closer look at northeastern Iowa shows that we have some partly covered roads in northeastern Iowa by Decorah, Prairie du Chien. Further off to the south, in Cedar Rapids area, we've got seasonal road conditions there, and then even further to the south by Iowa City, still seasonal road conditions, but again, as that precipitation continues to move into the area, road conditions will deteriorate later on today. Starting to see those partly covered roads up by Dubuque, and then we're seeing by Blair's Ferry Road at I-380, looks like traffic moving smoothly, but again, elevated surfaces you're going to want to be cautious on. I-380 at the Iowa River also looks to be moving pretty smoothly, and at I-380 at the Cedar River also moving smoothly. Again, want to mention that we have travel Not advised in northwestern Iowa by Spencer, west of Spencer. We are watching for that. We'll continue to have updates on road conditions in the afternoon and evening shows, but for now, I'll send it back to the studio.